Drop by Drop, We Fight the Drought, a campaign by Barney Williamson, Chisom Omekache, Ehosa West, and Victoria Sampson. Drought in New South Wales is no longer a distant threat, it is here. Farmers are struggling, businesses are impacted, and food prices continue to rise. In the last decade, New South Wales has faced some of the worst drought conditions on record. Crops are failing, livestock are suffering, and the impact is being felt in every household. This campaign aims to raise awareness about the drought's impact and encourage individuals, families, businesses, and communities to adopt water-saving habits. It's a call to action to ensure that every drop counts in the fight against drought and that together we can secure a sustainable future for New South Wales. New South Wales is a state on the east coast of Australia and it is the agricultural heart of Australia. It is home to over 42,000 farms, employing 91,000 people and contributing $12 billion to the economy. The state's eastern region is a major food producer, growing grains like corn, oats, and rice, as well as potatoes, grapes, sugarcane, and citrus fruits. Over 60% of these crops are exported to other regions or countries, but drought is threatening the prosperity. Without intervention, the people's food supply, economy, and way of life are at risk. According to the World Health Organization, drought is a prolonged dry period that leads to water shortages. It's the most serious hazard for crops and livestock worldwide, affecting 55 million people every year. Rising global temperatures are worsening drought conditions, leading to increased evaporation, drier soils, and changing rainfall patterns. Climate change is not just making existing droughts worse, it is creating new drought-prone areas. Climate change is significantly contributing to worsening drought conditions in Australia, particularly New South Wales. New South Wales naturally goes through cycles of wet and dry conditions. However, over the past 40 years, average rainfall in New South Wales has decreased, leading to widespread droughts which impact the people, ecosystems, industries, and economy. In June 2018, more than 99% of New South Wales was declared as affected by drought. Drought affects what crops can be grown and how many livestock can be raised. Most parts of New South Wales receive less than 10 inches per annum, which is too little to grow crops. As a result, incomes of farming families in New South Wales have been more uncertain during these drought periods. Drought also affects the mental health of people in drought regions. It is linked to increased suicide rates across rural Australia. As drought becomes more severe, the risk of suicide can increase by up to 15% for rural males aged 30 to 49 years. Other implications of drought include deterioration of living environment, decrease in livestock reproduction, decrease in the hydroelectric generation, decrease in tourism, water shortage, food supply deficit, and decrease in industrial production. But it doesn't end there. We have also recorded steep increase in the cost of vegetables and in the cost of meat. The Australian government has put in a lot of work to mitigate the impacts of drought on the people. Here are some of the policies and interventions the Australian government has put in place. The government ensures that every drop of water counts through the aid of recycling processes. The country relies less on rainfall as it uses grey water, desalinated water, and recycled water. In the year 2024 alone, the government supported water recycling with about $31 million. The government has also been able to create a closer connection and interaction with farmers who were affected by the impact of drought. Various communities that have been negatively impacted by drought also get intervention from the government. In the year 2018, The government spent about $1.8 billion on grants and loans for farmers, businesses, and communities affected by drought. Also, in 2024, the government spent about $80.6 million on some forms of hardship grants to support businesses that have been affected by drought. Since there is a shortage of water in Australia, the government also ensures that it fines any businesses or organizations that overuses water. A recent report implies that in 2023, vegetable growers were fined over $5,000 for the overuse of water. But is this enough? Farmers are still struggling. Water shortages persist. We need more action. Drop by Drop, We Fight the Drought is a movement dedicated to water conservation and awareness. Our goal is simple: educate, engage, and inspire action. We're targeting individuals, businesses, and policymakers to ensure every drop of water is used wisely. The campaign will be launched on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and X, formerly known as Twitter. We will target mostly young people through short, engaging videos and colorful infographics. Our content type will include tips for conserving water in the home, schools, or businesses. We will feature personal stories and testimonials from farmers about how the drought has impacted them, as well as captivating pictures of the impact of drought on the environment. We will also launch interactive content such as quizzes and challenges like "How much water do you save?" or a #water conservation challenge where people share their water saving practices. We will partner with local influencers, environmental activists, and community leaders who have a following and can help spread the message. We will also partner with businesses, schools, and environmental organizations in New South Wales to help amplify our message. We will also work with local city councils to give our campaign more credibility. We will create social media accounts on Instagram, TikTok, and X and strive to get them verified. We will then launch TikTok or Instagram challenges where people will share their water-saving actions using our campaign hashtag. We'll offer incentives such as shoutouts, featuring user-generated content on our official pages, and small prizes sponsored by our business partners. We'll also encourage people to post photos or videos showing how they conserve water with our campaign hashtag to stand a chance to be featured by our account. We will utilize paid social media ads to reach more New South Wales residents, targeting specific locations, interest in environmental issues, and age groups. We will also monitor our hashtags and track engagement using each platform insights. For example, Instagram insights like TikTok analytics to track likes, shares, comments, and overall reach to see how the audience is interacting with our content. After the first few weeks, we will assess the success of our campaign by looking at engagement metrics and feedback. We will then continue to adapt our content and messaging based on what resonates most with our audience. For us, Drop by Drop is more than just a campaign for New South Wales. It is a campaign that can be replicated nearly everywhere in the world. It's a commitment to preserving our environment, our way of life, and the resources that future generations will depend on. Let's work together to make water conservation a priority in every home, school, and business across the world. Thank you.